Everyone on YouTube, and welcome back to the 24-part tutorial of how to model a basketball court arena. Um, Last time what happened is that I created a wheel just like so, and after I created that tutorial I was like, I didn't like the idea that I didn't have a nice topology add to those faces. And the main thing that was I facing with is, you know, just trying to do some calculation, things that you need in order to make sure that things like that uh, will will go the way that you need them to go. So, sorry, I'm a little bit. I don't feel like that good. I have like, I don't know. My nose is just and my throat. It's not a fever or something. It's just I think I was a little bit stressed. Anyway, I wanna do something here in order to fix this, and this is why I also announced at the beginning of that part that I will remake it. So let me try and fix a few things. If you haven't already seen this part of the tutorial, so that's all good. If you saw this, we will see how we can basically um, we will need to redo this all over, but this time we will do it better. Anyway, for those who didn't saw this part of the tutorial, seen this part of the tutorial, what we're gonna do, we're gonna create the wheel, one of the two that we have back in this area here. Now, I will explain how this wheel looks like from here, just so you understand. So you see we have those six lines that go out through the center to the entire shape. We have this row faces here that this is like the gray plastic, which is holding the rubber part. So if I will open the picture again, this is how you will see it. Okay, this is what I was trying to achieve, something that really looks like what we have here on the back wheel. So with that in mind, and with this picture of this model that you can see here right now, just to give you some hint, some of a hint on how this should look like. Okay, so I will create a new file, new scene. I don't want to mess with the other files right now. I will import this this part of the wheel to the um to the rest of the scene later on. First of all, I'm using my 2015 Service Pack 2. Still have a lot of bugs from what I've seen and experienced, and yeah. So first thing, shading, smooth wireframes as always. Make sure that on create polygon primitives your interactive creation is unchecked with V sign here just by clicking on it. And now we will drop a polygon pipe into the center of the scene. Now this is very important. You want to go over Tribute Editor and you want to make sure that you have 30, okay, 30 subdiv axes, okay, that way. Press enter to close this, otherwise it won't really react that good. Right click, choose face, choose any one face, okay, any one of them. Skip 4 and choose the fifth. Skip 4, choose the fifth. Skip 4, choose the fifth by holding shift, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see we have 6 faces has been selected. We're gonna extrude them, and you want to extrude them to the limit, so that way you won't have any any problems later on. So just extrude them to the grid size, something like so. I will pause for a second. I need to drink or something. All right. So with 30 here, I'm gonna press F8 to bring it back to object mode. We're gonna create another polygon pipe, and I'm gonna, you see it here on the center, it's just sitting on top of our first cylinder. You wanna add 126 subdivs, and you wanna scale this up. Now, when you scale this, I want you to take a look from the inside, you see that way, and I want to make sure that you see here, each spoke we have here is in front of a face here. Now, for some reason, it's just went good. It's created those this cylinder exactly where it should be, but it really depends on which faces you started to pick. So if for some reason they are not exactly in front, what you will need to do is simply switch to rotation tool. I'm not sure, something with my, okay, with Maya is not good. So simply switch to rotation tool and hold down the J and just simply try and rotate it while it's snapping with the J, and make sure that each spoke have a face here that is in front of him. Okay, it should be exactly how it looks here. Okay, we will change the thickness to about 0.080 that way, and yeah, that's enough. And I will switch to scale tool, and right now I will shrink this a little bit more. So because we changed the thickness, I may change it to 100. I think it's too, it's a little 80. Okay, 100. And with that, I will scale this. So you see those two edges that belongs to this face that in front of our spoke, I want them to be like what guides me to determine what the thickness of this face should be. So it should be like the spoke face. So I'm just scaling it down where I almost don't see those edges. Well, that case is just a little bit too much. I will bring it back just a little bit that way. I'm gonna watch this from this side, maybe scale this up. Yeah, I think that's fine that way. Okay, with that done, we're gonna right click, choose vertices. Gonna grab those vertices from this point of view. Switch to move tool, hold on the V key. Okay, the V key is a snapping feature. We snapping those vertices to the same height of this portion, and then grab those and snap them to this height here. So press F8 to bring it back to object mode. I just want you to see how it looks in close up that way. And with that done, what we will do is we're gonna grab this, shift right click, insert edge loop. We're gonna add one edge loop here, one edge loop here. Each edge loop that I'm adding on top of these spokes is inside the circle borders, okay? And don't leave some room between the circle to these, okay? Just add a random edge loop, one edge loop inside those borders of this circle. With that done, press F8, switch to selection tool, grab this, and right click, choose face. I want you to choose the faces together with this face. So grab those faces that way. So it will select all the faces until this edge loop that we just added, okay? So it will select the entire faces here. Press delete and delete them. Do the same for each one of them. Delete, 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 press F8 to bring it back to object mode. So now because we deleted those faces, here we don't have a face, see, this part, so it's empty, and that's good. Now we will pick this one, and we will delete the face that in front of each spoke, that way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, press delete. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Let's make sure that it's okay. Yeah. Grab both of them, go over mesh, combine. Now they are both one unit, but we need to patch them in order to make sure that they are really one unit. So we're gonna go over mesh tool, merge vertex tool. By the way, make sure that you open the option box and the target vertices is the option that's selected, okay? If not, select it. And then this will allow you to pull this vertex to this one. And we're gonna do this for each spoke, 4 vertices. That way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about the black areas that are appearing here. This will be fixed later on. Okay, that way. This, that, this. Okay, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, and you will see this that way. Now, now all this calculation of this part of me choosing how much subdivision axes we have on each polygon is primarily because we need to make sure that everything is divided correctly in order to maintain topology. So this 30 on top of 126 was very crucial, at least for this part. I wanted to have those main ones that I'm connecting the spokes to, and now after I made those patched, I can get rid of the entire unneeded edges from the outer circle, from this circle here. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna grab this, double click on this one, that way, and click on this one, double click on this one, click on this one, double click on this one, and that way, okay? And you want to extrude them up just a little bit, just like it was on that wheel that we seen on the beginning, okay? Just a little bit depth to this, so they won't be at the same level, this one and the spokes. With that done, we will need to add a lot of edge loops later on, but right now what I want you to do is I want you to go over here. 1 second, sorry, I had some interruption. So I'm gonna grab this edge here, you see, I mean from the spoke, just choose any spoke, and this belongs to the spoke, so you choose this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will see that this is exactly just like the first one. So we're gonna skip these two here, and we're gonna do it all over. 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm double clicking on each edge in order to loop select it, okay? Be aware that this is what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double click on each edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry about this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Continuing to this section. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next section. So far all good. You can see it's divided exactly how I was expecting it to be. So we are good. And these 4, skipping this 2, grabbing 4, skipping 1, skipping 1, that way. Okay, so now that the all circle edges has been selected, you're gonna go over Shift, hold down the Shift and right click at the same time and choose Delete Edge. This is the only way that you are going to delete edges. Don't delete them by tap on the delete key. Okay, delete edge, and this is what you will have. Okay, press F8, and now basically what I was making sure that I have now is I have 4 sections in between each 2 spokes, right? And I already also have 4 faces here. That way I can extrude those faces to here and then make sure that I have the topology that I need. Okay, so first of all, we still have 3 things to do here. So if I press 3, you will see that the circle looks good, but we have those 2 for each spoke that just a little bit adding some bumpy area here, okay, on this area. And we want to get rid of this bumpy area, and this is very a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit annoying. I could figure other ways to do so, but this is what I will do, at least for now. My main idea was to maintain topology, and this is what we will do and focus on. So you're gonna grab this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. Okay, with that done, we can go beneath here and do the same. Now we may cut this into 2, so later on, so we will add another, grab this edge and edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. We will do the same at the center here, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. See there? So that way I will have a nice half cut whenever I want to delete it into 2 pieces. Okay, and then mirror it. Anyway, after I've created this edge, now I can safely come, grab this edge here, double click on the mirrored one beneath, hold down the shift, right click, choose slide edge, and I will simply hold down my mouse, middle button, and slide it just a little bit to open this up, just until there, okay? I will click on this edge right now and double click on this one, and then slide it over here. So try to make sure that this is somewhat equal, okay? So they have the same distance in between them or something, I don't know. And press F8. Okay, now if I will press 3, you'll see that here this area has been smoothed. So we don't have anymore this bumpy area. But here we still have. So we'll need to do this all over. Okay, right click, choose this edge, double click on this one, middle mouse button. By the way, the slide edge tool is still turned on, so I can do this without choosing it from the menu every time. I'm just picking my edges that I want to slide, and middle mouse button, click, hold, and drag in order to position the edge better. Grab this, double click on this, just a little bit open, grab this one, and double click on this one, open this up, okay, opening this, oopsie, that way, See, so if I press 3, this bumpy area out here has gone. We will do this also here. I have a feeling that this is almost the... Yeah, that's this one, and we have left only this one. And then mouse click, hold and drag from right to left in order to position this a little bit. Oops, that way. Okay, and press F8. So let's see how this looks. Now that looks much better. I'm gonna save this file. Save scene as. I'm gonna call this wheel 4. No, I don't have 3. So let's wheel 3. Sorry. 1 second. Okay, I did save the file, and I do encourage you to save this one also. Now, the main reason for it, that if I don't know, maybe I will choose to recreate this part also. You will have some start point to start with, and you won't need to create the entire thing that we've just done all over. So keep yourself a copy of this one, because until here everything looks pretty good. You know what? Let's do it other way. If you haven't saved this yet, please undo all those 12 steps that we've done here to change those, and then save it. Okay, just undo those moves we just did and save it that way. So this will be like the base of this that is untouched, and whenever we will choose to add a little bit more work in it, you will have the opportunity to do so. So I'm gonna right click, choose edge. I'm gonna choose this edge here, and what I want to do is control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. Now I will do the same to all of them. So press this, click on this edge, and press G to repeat the last function, which was this control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. Okay, so just press G, pick your edge and press G. Okay, right click, choose edge, double click on this edge. I still have this slide edges tool there. Double click on this edge, 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 that edge. Okay, with that done, those all selected, you gotta go shift right click, bevel edge options. You wanna reset your settings. Make sure that here you put in something like 0.3000 and 1 segment. Okay, click apply, and this will create these 2 edges here. Okay, so basically what it's done, it took the one that's been here alone and created 2 on top of it and beneath it, but eliminate the first one. Okay, so the center of this edge is basically the center where that edge that been there. Okay, the position of it. So what you want to do, you want to grab this face, shift double click on this face, and you want to do the same to the entire sections. This one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one, and you want to press delete on your keyboard. Now you want to go and choose this 4 edges, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let's try and do something. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm picking only the 4 that at the top here, not the beneath. Okay, only at the top. because they are at the same level and I want them to stay at the same level. So I'm picking everything that's on the same level and not the entire those as well. So with those selected, you want to click Extrude, switch immediately to Scale tool, and open this up that way. Okay, and yeah, leave some space here. With that done, press F8, go over Mesh tool, merge Vertex tool. Again, the option box, make sure that it's target vertex, and we will patch those here. See, this one to this one, this one to this one, and this was the whole idea of making sure that we have 30 on the 30 subdiv on the inner circle, and then we eliminate all those edges from the outer circle, and we have equally equal number of edges in order to patch this as we do right now. Okay, that way, this one, that one, and this one. Okay, all right, this one, that one. By the way, I spent few very hours in order to understand how this shape should look like and the entire thing. So don't think that it came easy to me. I mean, sometimes I do need to spend some time on thinking, which is not my very strong side. Anyway, those again. Now it's the other side. Again, as I said, we can delete half cut of it, so maybe we don't need to deal with it right now. Okay, so maybe this is what I should do. I'm gonna switch to side view, right click, choose faces. Let's grab all those faces there. Let's have a look on the perspective view to make sure that these are the faces that we don't need. And you see, it's picking everything that below the center of the grid. So it's picking those faces as well, and it knows that we have a center here, so it doesn't pick this. Basically because we didn't select it, okay? We can't go wrong here. We just simply press delete, and that's all good. With that done, I'm gonna take a look here on this axis. So this is the Y, the grid, which is the vertical line, and if this piece is the positive Y, basically, which goes up, we need to mirror on the negative Y. Okay, so shift right click while it's in object mode, choose mirror polygon, mirror options. You will see this, and you need to choose negative Y and make sure that merge with the original won't be selected, and click apply. Okay, so this will create a nice copy of this. Now we can right click, choose vertices, grab this on side view, sorry, and grab all the vertices that in the center that way with the Mercury tool. Okay, Mercury selection tool. Okay, that way. Now I don't really need those to be selected here, so you know what? I want them to be selected. Make sure those are selected, okay? Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I extruded those, but these two here are not patched, and these two here are not patched in the corners. So that's all good. We'll go over edit mesh, merge component, option box. The default setting will set to 0.0100. Click apply. Now, if this is all good, what you need to check here at least is just click on one of those vertices, switch to move tool, and move this. If those two edges, see those two are following the dot, that means that it's patched. Now also make sure that they just don't give you any open area here, okay, any open gap there. And we will check the same over here. So you see we don't have any open gap, so that's all good. Now we'll press 3. Sorry, I pressed 4, 6, and 3. Just to have a look that we don't have any open gaps here or something. Okay, press 1 back to non-smooth preview mode. Now, shift right click, insert edge loop options, and here from the box, multiple edge loops. 1 second. Sorry, I had to go over choose multiple edge loops. Here, type in 10 and press enter, and click on top of one of those edges here. So if it's creating edge loops all over the shape, that means that everything is patched here and everything should be, at least for those this flow of our faces, should be good. Okay, now I'll press F8 to bring it back to object mode, switch to selection tool, and right now I'm gonna add let's see, I'm gonna add a few edge loops. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure that it will create them as I like, but I really do hope so. We're gonna add edge loops, insert edge loop, and this time I will do this manually because I don't really wanna, you know, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna delete half cut of it right now before I will do any other moves. I'm gonna grab all those again. So it was a mistake to patch this and mirror this at this moment, so I'll simply delete this, press delete. And I'm gonna right click, choose faces, and let's get rid of those faces here. Alright, so that's good. We will continue this way with only half cut of it. Okay. Let's add edge loop, insert edge loop option box. Make sure that we're resetting the tool so we can work with only one edge loop at a time. Click here, and I'm gonna zoom. I'm gonna add it just for a second here, and I want to make sure that it's covering the entire shape. Yes, so undo this and bring it very close to there. Okay. Now we will do the same over here. Very close to this. So we have 2 already that maintaining those areas. Now we need 2 for each section. 1 here, see, that way, and 1 here, that way. You know what? Maybe I will create. That's so cool. That's good. Just zoom in very close so you can see things better. It will also give you much sense of sensitivity when you adding this edge, and you will be able to get enough close to the other edge without really over lapping it, or I don't know. Basically, if it's too attached to the other edge, it won't create it. So you need to be very, very precise on this. Okay. I already lost my count, so I will need to zoom in, make sure that I don't do any mistakes. This way. And this one already has. So here I'm gonna add one more edge loop. I think I don't need it, but let's see. I'm gonna add one edge loop here. I'm gonna add one edge loop here. I'm gonna add one more edge loop here. And here I choose this edge, control right click edge ring into this to edge ring and split, and I will add offset edge loop. So both of them will be at the same precise position. Okay, that way. Let's see that it really created this. Yeah. Press F8. Sorry, let's see what's going on here. We're gonna do another offset edge loop according to this center one, and that's fine. Press F8. And let's press 3 to have a look on how it looks. So that looks so far so good, and the only thing that bothers me, and it's I don't see any way to get rid of this just by making more mistakes, is this little sharp area here. Now if I will add edge loops here, I mean here and there, this will mess up with this area here. Okay, so therefore I will need to do something that break the flow of those two spoke edges over here, and this will cause problem. I don't want to touch this right now. I was investigating this, trying to play with reordering the flow, but it just messed up every time I was getting into it. So right now, if you done so far, please save another copy with a different name to this shape. Okay, so you will have a backup copy that you will be able to work if I will choose to really put some more effort onto this. But right now, that's so far so good. Okay, we created two edge loops here, right? Those, the last ones, the offset ones. Now I want to grab and create two more edge loops really here, one here and one really next to it, that way. So we have two here, and we have face in between them. I'm gonna choose this face, double click on this face, and I'm gonna zoom in very much so you can see what I'm doing, not just as like the earlier time. But I first need to find my gizmo. Here it is. And I'm gonna switch to move tool. Okay, now this is very important. The move tool is on the center, and the problem that is on the center is basically that I can't move this and see what's going on here. It's just too awkward to work that way. So I will press D, hold down the D key to switch to pivot adjustment tool, hold down the V key and middle mouse button at the same time, so the D is holding pressed down and the V is pressed down, and I can middle mouse click, hold and drag this pivot over here, a place that I can see this. Okay, so now I can just pull this. After I extruded it, by the way, I can simply pull this downwards. Okay, now I don't want to pull it right away down. I want to add a little bit, just bring it just a little bit down, so I'm creating supporting edge loop at the same time that I'm extruding. So you see, if this is let's see that way, if this edge here, this is the face, but I'm talking about this edge, which I can't grab right now for some reason. Talking about this edge, so this is the sharp corner edge, and I have one that support it, and I have one from here that support it. So now I will extrude it once again and extrude it a little bit more down that way. Okay, now yeah, you can, I shouldn't go to the move tool, just needed to stay at least for now with this. So I'm extruding it a little bit more, but this time I'm gonna extrude it, I'm gonna switch to the move tool, scale tool, sorry. See where the scale tool is? I can't really change the position of it. So what I will do, I will have a look of this from here. Okay, this will be a little bit problem. Okay, let's assume that all the faces there are still selected, and I'm just pushing this a little bit, click on the middle axis, and push this a little bit, like I'm scaling this down uniformly. So what will happen here is that this, see what happened? Instead of going straight line, it goes curved inside that way. So we have that angle that looks like so. Okay, you see this? That way. Now, if it's a little bit too much, try and play with this. I can't really promise you that it will be like, you know, entirely good, but we're trying to play with this middle cube and trying to add some angle to it. Not a very, this angle is enough, really. So you can extrude it once more, and let's go to the extrusion gizmo, and we will push the blue one that way and extrude once again. Okay, and you know what, I want extrude once again. One time is enough. I press F8, and I will add 2 supporting edge loops on top of this face here. One here and one there. Okay, that way. So for the entire thing that we just extruded inside, we have all those supporting edge loops. We just need on top of the entire face that goes here. So with that done, I can simply grab this face, double click on this face. Let's have a look here. Okay, so you see what's going on? I didn't had offset edge loops on this shape. I mean, I did, but it's not the same like close as the other ones. So now I can grab these 2 row faces, and you see it's exactly where it is, and I can use this as it was like the rubber part of our wheel. So I'm gonna extrude it and pull this to about so, right? Press F8. So this part here should be like 2, like you have 2.5 of this ring. Okay, like 2 rings like that can be inserted inside here. 2.5, 2 and a bit or something. But we have this area that we just extruded as dividing, dividing area between the rubber and the plastic ring. Okay, so I'm gonna press F8 few times, and I'm gonna right click, choose this edge, double click on it, shift right click, Bevel Edge options. You want to make sure that the width is set to 0.3000, 1 segment, click apply. Now, if for some reason it's not enough, this is not enough for me at least, so you can go over the attribute editor or press F8, go to the channel box. This is the channel box, poly, Bville, and change the offset. Click on this, click on the name, offset, middle mouse click, hold and drag in order to change it. Now, usually it will change, but if it doesn't change, I will undo that for a second, and I just simply do this just a little bit more, like 5,000. Yeah, that's fine. Just a little bit beveling. I'm not sure, something in here is holding up and very limiting me here on this portion. Maybe because I have 2 edges here, but yeah, that's about it. So that's fine. I'm gonna press F8 and press 3 to take a look on this. So you see what we've created here. This area, it looks divided, and that's all good. Now you may want to play a little bit more with the vertices here. You know what, don't touch them, leave them as they are. Let's press 3 again. I want to see this that way. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. We'll simply mirror this right now. So again, shift right click, mirror options, mirror polygon, mirror options. It's sorry, it's already set to -y, so click apply, and there you go. We're gonna switch to the side view. Right click, choose vertices, grab everything that's in the middle that way. Okay, switch to perspective view just to take a look and see that everything is there. I'm gonna choose, yeah, now all the faces also been selected here, but that's not a problem because they are too far away from each other, the vertices. So it will only patch those that are really close to each other, like those in the center here and those in the center here. So edit mesh, merge component, press F8, bring it back to object mode, press 3, and no, wait 1 second. All right, undo that. Undo that. The problem here is that here we already have edges. We created edges here. I don't know if I created them there or to the entire shape. Oh, it seems like I haven't created those. This is very, very weird. What happened here? I'm gonna unpatch them, unselect them that way. I'm gonna understand what happened here. Okay, the Bville part, and I'm not sure why this happened. This one shouldn't be like that. Okay, you have these faces here, and it shouldn't be there. Really not sure why. How come this happened? Anyway, I just undid whatever I did there, and the beveling was part of it. So I'm gonna grab this and shift right click, slide edge loop. I'm gonna slide this a little bit downwards so I can have a little bit more space to bevel this one, avoiding these mistakes. Shift right click, bevel edge, so it will bevel this. It's still the same. And let's have a look from the side view. Probably missing something here. Now, selection tool. Oh, dear God, what is going on? You see this edge here? It's maintaining this area. It wasn't look bad. It was looking good. And for some reason, when I patched this, it was looking bad. So I'm gonna mirror this once again. Okay. Options, -y. Make sure that the merge with the original is unchecked. Close. This time I don't want to do this extremely that way. I'm gonna grab all of those vertices, right? But I will have to switch to the top view and unselect whatever is in this circle, okay? Except the inner circle there, okay? Just make sure that you clean up all your selection from the center that way, okay? This was a very bad thing to do, apparently. So let's have a look. See, one I missed, so I'm gonna unselect it. Control to unselect, control and select to unselect. Something here has been missed. I've seen something. We gotta go over X-ray, switch to X-ray and have a look at what we have here. You see those? The corners there inside. they shouldn't be selected. These, these, these. Okay, only the inner pipe ring there, and those from the outside. Outside, outside, outside. Okay, now mesh, sorry, edit mesh, merge component. Press F8, turn off the X-ray, press 3, and here we go. That looks much better. Everything is tight here, and if you really want, I mean, you can grab this edge, right? And you can try and play a little bit more with this. I mean, shift right click, slide edge, make sure that you really focused on this, so you can bring it a little bit down, but just don't overlap. And press 3, so this area will look pretty much good here. You can do the same. It's just rising up there, so if you're really into this, you will need to zoom in and grab only those edges there and do the same. Anyway, it's already been a long part, and the least we could do here is really maintaining topology, so everything will look much better than it were. So I really hopefully hope that you are satisfied with this, and that you learned something from it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We will continue the next part. Please save this copy of file with another new name, so you'll basically supposed to have 3 different copies. And if I will think that it deserves a little bit more work, I will do it, because I'm really possessed with this. I don't know. It took me a few hours to solve this everything and make sure that it really looks as it looks right now, and I may want to spend a little bit more time, maybe. Anyway, save this file. We will import it to the entire scene later on, where we will continue with this basketball hoop. So thank you again for watching. Have a nice day. See you soon at the next part. Bye.